the field over the years. Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, First Bank Stadium, home to the Commodores of Vanderbilt. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the Vanderbilt Commodores. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Kentucky ready to go toe meets leather and start this game. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage. Get down there and make the stop at the 19. Looking for a man, it's Pavia. Swings it out to his running back. Real power running by this guy as he bangs his way to the 24. Second down. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design, it's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them, but exactly. Get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Touchdown, Wildcats. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
You you always want to come out and set the tone as a defense. Get a stop, make them punt. How about this? Get the INT and take it back to the house. Way to set the tone for this defense early.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0.
That makes the score Kentucky 7, Vanderbilt 0.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. On the option. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Really nice job by the defense that time, stopping the option. Everyone accounted for it. You saw the quarterback. He was holding it. He was running wider and wider out to the perimeter of the field. But this defense has really good speed. But they made that play because everybody was on the same page. Nice job.
Pulls it in. It's Dillon. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Well, the offense trying to attack the perimeter of the field in the passing game. And how about the sweet feet by the receiver on that play?
Who doesn't like a little dash of the arts with their football? A little ballet moment there. For it on 3rd and short. And he just needed a few inches, and the defense was surly and nasty and said, no, sirree. The Commodores will bring the punt team onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Hauls it in, looking for space. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Offense in a bunch formation. Leaves it with the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Lost to fire on 2nd down. Quickly to the tight end. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
They just keep firing. Got it in the middle. It's Law. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
You run the slant route day one, and this is something that the quarterback and the wide receiver has done 100 million times out there on the field in the offseason. I see man-to-man coverage. I know I can run the slant. Boom, stick my foot in the ground, throw it, completion to my wide receiver.
This Kentucky offense really moving the ball quickly. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
My goodness, this offense has got it rolling. They might put up a 50-burger. This defense, they don't have any answers right now. They're going to have to figure something out.
The Wildcats will have it 1st and 10. They'll move the tight end. The give on the option. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Under fire. Finds us back in the middle. Touchdown, Kentucky. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Set to kick this one away.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Brown. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Grab behind the line. It's Alexander. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Finds the tight end. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Breaks into the open. Smacks him with the stiff arm. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Got a man. It's Alexander. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Offense picking up steam. 1st and 10 from the 31. Dropping back, it's Pavia. They're working that left side. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Pressure coming. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And this is not the start this guy envisioned in this game. He's already thrown a pick six here in the first quarter, and now he takes a sack. You got to wonder if that pick six rattled him a little bit. And if he's out here now seeing ghosts, he's got to get to the sidelines. He's got to shake the cobwebs off. You got to be able to turn the page and have a short memory, because this thing is going in the wrong direction for their signal card.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. And he needed every little bit of strength to somehow sneak that over the crossbar. Now the lead is down to 11.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The give to the tailback. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Here comes the offense on second down. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Kentucky has the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Wants to go up top. He's going for it all. Makes the grab on the right. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
That last big play has them in position to threaten here, 1st and 10 from the 37. To the air on first down. With the catch, it's Brown. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
They'll line up with trips to the right side on 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. Finds a crease at the 20. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
This Kentucky offense doing work. They're set up with another first down. They're looking to pass from the red zone. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass. But you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. You can't give up a sack there.
The Wildcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Throwing right. Found a seam. Touchdown, Wildcats! And they take it in for 6 more points. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. He'll bring it out. It's Fitzgerald. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Right back to the well. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
You see, this is what great defenses do. Great defenses swarm to the football. So when you do miss a tackle, it's not the end of the world. There's another guy right there to wrap him up. Great defenses seem like they got 12 guys on the field. Nice job swarming to the football, engulfing the running back.
Back to throw, it's Pavia. Unloads it left. Makes the grab, it's Dillon. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Looking downfield on first down. Incomplete. He threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back.
Man, the defense is making it tough on this quarterback early. They already have an interception. They almost came away with another one there. They're doing a great job reading his eyes and breaking on the ball.
Motion from the wideout. Going to swing it on second down. Fires to the right. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Fires to the wideout. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one, a 57-yard attempt. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. Boy, they could have used that one to cut into the deficit, but guys, still a 3-score ball game.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Got a man, it's McGowan. He's brought down quickly, minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. And the Wildcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Here comes the option. Creates a little space. Turning it on. Running inside the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Kentucky!
Well, we knew coming into this game they were going to try and get this receiver the football as many touches as possible in as many different ways as possible. And here you're seeing it on the option play. Great decision by the quarterback to pitch it out wide. There was nobody out there accounting for him, and he shows you the speed out in the open field for a long touchdown for this offense.
He'll bring it out. It's Fitzgerald. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Off the play fake on first down. Buys a little time. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now it's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Bringing it back. The 40, at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, baby. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. What about the speed from that defender on the return?
He's showing you, Reese, like, listen, it's not just wide receivers that can do that. I can take this thing to the house. I got some moves. Watch this. Unbelievable job flipping the field. Offense about to score. Defense makes the huge plays and gets points out of it.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. The option look. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk after the 30-yard line.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Back to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. From the gun on 3rd down. Good timing on the quick out. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And the Wildcats have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. A lot of defenders around on that screen. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to get him going there.
Here's a hit. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Flushed out of the pocket. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Kentucky sends out the punting unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Punt is on its way. And they can't get on top of it to down it, so that ball will come out to the 20. See them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Easy. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Gets the back moving. Looking to pass. It's Pavia. There's the pressure. Unloads it downfield. And he throws another interception. His 3rd one of the night. Finally brought down, but what a play. Not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab on the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
He'll toss it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Takes it the other way. He's at the 40. At the 20. Touchdown Vanderbilt. How about this defense taking one back to the house? Just sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
And they make the extra point to draw closer. It's 28-17. That's going to wrap it up here in the first half. Stay tuned. Second half not too far away. And the Commodores will kick it off to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Patterson. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. As they get ready to start this third quarter, think how big the lead might be if they'd taken care of the ball.
Well, the game might be over, Reese, but if you're on defense right now, you've gotten a couple turnovers early, and you're saying, okay, we're going to need to keep this up. We got to stay aggressive for us to have a chance to win this game, but we believe we can do it.
Yeah, you've already done it, so of course you're going to believe it. Keep playing fast, keep playing physical, and then tell your offense, hey, we need a little help over here. Can you help us out and put some points on the board?
The Wildcats in a good spot here with second and short. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Pocket breaking down. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
This defensive end is an animal. He already has 2 sacks, and we're only in the third quarter. I'd move him around a little bit more defensively so that the offense has no idea where he's lining up. Because right now, man, he is feasting.
The Wildcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. He'll take a deep shot here. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Complete to the left. That's the way to get it out of your own end. Takes it all the way up to the 25 before going out of bounds.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So we got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around to make it an easy pass and catch.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Stowers. Grabbed in the middle, it's Spence. Wildcat look didn't get much, picked up a few on that one.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
To the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D. Looking downfield, it's Pavia.
And good use of the hands from the defense to deflect the pass on third down.
And this offense stays aggressive and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, 3rd and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Going for it all. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. A 1st down run in the red zone. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. Touchdown Doors! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Now they'll try the 2-point conversion and try to crawl within 3. Run is part of their game plan. He is denied no good on the 2-point try, and the lead remains at 5. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. The sure hands, it's long. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to him in open space. Nice job. The wide receiver has some space after the catch, able to go make extra yards. Nice pitch and catch.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, 3rd quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. And the quick shuffle pass underneath. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on. That time made a real good decision. I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back, because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. You look like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
And the Wildcats are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Not much to gain on a punt, so here they come on 4th and short from the 50. Goes to the option. He's got enough to move the chains for Kentucky.
And you kind of thought in that situation QB might keep it, but makes the right read. Gets it to the pitch man, and what does he do? Gets downhill. Get downhill and get that first down. New set of downs. Nice execution on the option by this offense.
They'll try to get outside. Oh, he's got some space. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
How many ways can I get it to my running back who's a baller in space? This is a really good job. Just toss it to him, right? I want to throw it to him. Yeah, I want to run up the middle, but I want to get it to him as many ways as I can. Toss it to him, get him on the edge, do a good job sealing the edge. He'll do the rest. Just give him the ball in space. Good things will happen.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. Brought down at the 21-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now. Here comes Kentucky after picking up that first down. Power football with the run. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
They've hit him with back-to-back chunk plays. Now it's first and goal. On the option. Now the pitch. Not this time. After finding running room on the previous play, nowhere to go this time around as the defense rises up. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Quick strike complete. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air, it's Pavia. Under fire. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Scoops it up, still a live ball.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
The Commodores trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Calls his own number. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, on offense, this is a tough place to run the football. Back in your own end, the defense is expecting you to do it, and that's why they're loading the box. This is a great opportunity to take a shot down the sideline to your best wide receiver in a one-on-one situation.
Number one objective here, no turnover. And it's his 4th interception of the night. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky.
This is a defense that prides themselves on getting turnovers, and it starts with the pass rush. It was the hit on the quarterback that forced the throw to not be as accurate as the QB would have liked. Nice job in the back end, securing the interception, and then taking it the distance.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. Coming out with it, it's Fitzgerald. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Catch in the middle, it's Stowers. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Looking for a man. It's Pavia. Oh, he wants it all. He's got it inside the 30. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's the big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
The defense's head may still be spinning. They're just outside the red zone now. 1st and 10 from the 22. Wants to go up top on first down. Looking for the score. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Looking to throw. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Alexander. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Commodores. He'll try to tack on one more. And it's up and good. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Here's the handoff. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air on second down. Makes the catch. It's McGowan. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And the Wildcats come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Out of the shotgun on third down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Oh, it's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
Kick is in the air. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Got it in the middle. It's Stowers. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
It's first down from the 37-yard line.
Pound 55 weak.
Back to throw, it's Pavia. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Fires to the right. This one's complete. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
The give to the running back from the shotgun.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense. This is a defense that comes to play every week with bad intentions, and they set the tone in games by making hits like that. They've got players on defense that play downhill, and they come flying in. If you're a ball carrier, you better get down. You keep trying to fight for extra yards, or you don't have your head on a swivel. Watch out, because these dudes lay the lumber.
They'll try it again from the one on second and goal. Keeps it on the bootleg. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Touchdown, baby! And here they come, almost all the way back.
And what a nice play call and nice execution. Play action formation, you're thinking run. Quarterback pulls it out, throws the football right behind those guys, and gets the touchdown.
Yeah, it was a nice job there by the quarterback, too, on the ball handling. He just froze the defense just long enough to help those wide receivers and targets get some separation in the end zone, and at that point, it was just an easy pitch and catch.
And he puts through the extra point. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. And it was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And I think if you're the head coach here, you kind of got mixed reviews on your passing attack so far because, yes, you've thrown for a bunch of yards and you've thrown a couple touchdowns, but you've also given up 4 sacks now. Pass protection has not been great, even though they've got the lead in this game.
The Wildcats now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, he'll throw it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And that's back-to-back plays that are not good for this offense. I mean, you've got to protect your main man. Your quarterback has to be upright to make decisions, to make big plays. Sacked on first down and a quarterback hit on second down. Got to do a better job.
Exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Bringing the heat. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. He's got it down the left side. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. On 2nd down, let's see if they go right back to the run and put this game on ice. Swings it out to the flat. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And there are certain guys that I want to make sure I hone in on, and I do not give them the football in space. And this running back is one of those guys. Really good job by the defense, keeping their eyes on their keys and not letting him sneak out and get any kind of space. As soon as he touched it, he was on the ground.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Caught close to the marker, it's long. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. The quarterback takes a knee. Guys, this is a story we see every single year in college football. Ranked teams losing to unranked opponents. Whatever the reasons, it adds to the flavor of a season.
It's so good because we all love the upsets, and then if you're the team that got that ranked win, Jesse, you start to build your resume, start to build some momentum. So this squad got a good win today.
They sure did. They put the rest of college football on alert with that huge win. And for the team losing, they've now got to be able to turn the page. They got to go back, do some soul searching, because they're a much better team than what they showed today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.